Hey there, my name is Pete De La Rosa. I'm a chaplain with the Ascend Wrestling Academy. I also work for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes for Wrestling in the Pacific Northwest, and I've teamed up with RMN Events. Just want to come to you, I guess, as a spiritual combat coach, how we can apply our spiritual life with our MMA, our combat sports, and wrestling. Because as we all know, remember God wrestled with Jacob? And he wrestled with him, and Jacob would not let go. Like a lot of you guys that compete, you will not let go. You will not quit. And Jacob, he didn't quit until he told God, until you bless me. I will not quit until you bless me. So my question to you is, are you going all in? Or do you give up? Or are there things that make you want to give up? I want to encourage you that those are the feelings that go through a lot of us. Even when Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane, he was there, and the night before he was going to die for us. And while he was praying, and he was stressed out, he was stressed so much that he was bleeding through his pores, through his sweat. And he asked the Father, could you please take this away from me? But he remembered that he had a goal, that he had a purpose, and that was to die for us. So he said, but let your will be done. So what is God's will in your life today? What is it? Is it you to finish out what you're doing in the sport? Is it to love someone better? Is it to be an encourager to other people? What is that purpose in your life right now? There's the question that I always ask a lot of people, what would you rather have? Peace or joy? Now that's something you're probably going to think about right now. What would I rather have? Peace or joy? If you can only choose one. For me, because we all think differently, I would take peace. Why? Because Jesus said, peace I give you. But whenever you give something to someone, you have to receive it. And so what I do is I receive the peace that comes from the Lord. And it's something you have to experience. And the way you experience that is by being focused. I used to wrestle, but I focus on the Lord. And the more that I focus on that, the more it becomes narrow on what I should do and who I should do it for. And I do it for the Lord. So let's go back to Jacob. Jacob, he wanted to not let go because he wanted what God had for him. Are you willing to not let go to fulfill what God has for you in your life? And to do that, praise God that we have Jesus, that we could have that peace. So to obtain all those things, you want to have peace. And that only comes from the Lord. It's just like coaching. A lot of you have a great coach, and you're focused on that coach. And you'll never leave that coach because he's just a great coach. So why don't you switch that over to your spiritual life and focus on the ultimate coach, who is Jesus Christ? So I just want to encourage you. Again, thank you for giving me an opportunity to encourage you. I'm going to do this as much as I can. I'm so thankful to RMN Events. And I just want to be, if you would let me, your spiritual combat coach. Thank you for the introduction. And I pray that you would have a blessed day and that you would continue striving and chasing and going after what God has for you. God bless you.